Hello, in today's tutorial we're going to break down the double straight leg. This is the fourth exercise that we're talking about in the abdominal series of 5. This exercise is super challenging and it can really be done in so many different ways with so many variations. So I'm going to give you a few today with some modifications, but as always you can ask me for more that are specific to your body. So we're going to start, just like on the other ones, laying down on our back. Laying down, finding yourself in that neutral pelvis. Now, what makes this exercise challenging for many people is that you're going to have your legs straight up to the ceiling. Now, first things first, if that is not okay for you, if you cannot keep your legs straight and right over your pelvis, just do a soft knee. No problem. It's fine by me. Okay, that's not what the exercise is about. It's about controlling this long lever as it goes away from you and then comes back towards your body. And the long lever being your long legs. Remember, your femur is the heaviest bone and biggest bone in your body. So obviously sending both of those away from you is going to really challenge your core stability. You can do this exercise with your head down. Typically the exercise is done in flexion. So your hands are behind your head, or you can reach your arms down by your side. I'm going to have my hands behind my head. Now, I've found myself in that neutral pelvis. So I've dropped the tailbone down, extended my legs up to the ceiling. In this position, it's a challenging one to hold for sure. So let's get moving before we cramp up in those hamstrings. So taking a big inhale. Exhale, you're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. When you do that, you pull your belly in and draw your back down into the mat for a really strong, stable support system, and your tailbone stays down into the mat. What I see a lot is the butt lifting. We can do a variation, but that's not what the essence of this exercise is. It's a really strong trunk, neutral pelvis, hands behind the head. You're going to take your legs down as low as you can control the abdominals and your back. So if they go down too far and your back arches off the mat, you've lost the essence of the exercise. So keeping your chest nice and open, pressing your head back into your hands, inhaling to take those legs away from you to your point of control. Exhale, drawing them up without lifting the tailbone. Take a breather, give yourself a little rest. Then some of the different variations that you can do, obviously keeping your head down. You're gonna have your arms down by your side. Really work to control that pelvis and that spine. In this position with a proper neutral pelvis spine, you're gonna have space between your back and the mat, which is gonna really challenge your abs in a different way. You can see it's shake, shake for me, for sure. Smaller range of motion. Keeping a bent knee is another alternative. You could do that in flexion or with the head down. And remember that it's coming from the hips, so the shape of the leg doesn't change. It's kind of like in between straight legs and toe tap. Okay, another option would to keep your arms down by your side. I'm gonna have my legs straight, lift up, press down into the mat so it helps support you as your legs go away and lift back up. Using your strong arms to support you in flexion is gonna be a nice way to modify this exercise if you are challenged having your chest in flexion with this long lever moving away from you. Bring those legs in, give yourself a breather. So the things that I see that typically are, I don't like to use the word wrong, but that are not going to lead to the best results for you are going to be a couple things. So the first is you have too big of a range of motion. So you're up here, you're lowering down, your back's coming off the mat, and then you're lifting your butt. Now there is a variation where we lift our butt sometimes, but it's in a much more controlled manner. So letting the back arch off, swinging the legs around. Again, Pilates, one of our core principles is control. So you want that back to stay really anchored as just the legs move and then bring them back up. Okay. Another thing I see is forcing the legs to be straight when the hamstrings are just not ready for that, and having to have that pelvis lifted to accommodate that, instead of being able to keep the legs straight and the pelvis down. So remember, you can just bend those knees, no problem. Also, really closing in your chest, really kind of yanking on your head to stay up there, really, or only flexing at the neck, not being able to lift your shoulders off. If you're not strong enough to keep your shoulders lifted off the mat, you can prop your head up on a pillow or roll up your mat. That will give you that feeling of flexion, but with a lot more support. But as always, with any of these exercises, your friend is just going to be a smaller range of motion. So if you find that you're losing control as the legs go away from you, just move your legs away from you to the distance that you can keep that center controlled and anchored. Trust me when I say that you're going to build more strength and more endurance working in that smaller range of motion than overdoing it and potentially injuring yourself. As always, questions, comments, concerns, or requests, send them my way. And if there's a particular issue that you have in your own body with this exercise or any exercise, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you on an individual basis. As always, I'll see you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.